Getting right to breaking news this midday, the longtime host of the 700 Club and founder of the Christian Broadcasting Network and Regent University, Pat Robertson, has died. Thank you for joining us on Fox 43. I'm Aisha Tolliver. There may have not been a more recognizable face in Hampton Roads the last year than his. We have team coverage on his life and legacy. We'll check in with our Chris Horn live out in Virginia Beach in just a minute. But first, let's toss things over to Brett Hall, who's live in the newsroom with more on Robertson's impact. Brett?
Aisha, Robertson was known worldwide for his more than 60 years hosting the 700 Club, the flagship program of the Christian Broadcasting Network. Here in Hampton Roads, the words businessman, humanitarian, academic, visionary, and dear friend have been said just in the last few hours since we learned of his passing. Before we hear more of those who say he left a legacy, let's look back at how it all began. Born March 22, 1930 in Lexington, Virginia, Marion Gordon Robertson was the youngest son born into a prominent political family. His father, A. Willis Robertson, served in the Virginia General Assembly and Congress. Pat, as he became known, graduated from Washington and Lee University with a Bachelor's of History, went on to serve in the Marine Corps, but then studied at Yale. The goal was to go into business in New York City. But in reading his Bible in the 1950s, his vision changed and brought him to Hampton Roads. It was October 1st, 1961 that from WYAH-TV on Spratley Street in Portsmouth, the Christian Broadcasting Network was born. Pat was the station owner, produced the broadcasts, and hosted them, doing news from a Christian perspective, as he called it. By the 1970s, he was landing interviews with the biggest newsmakers of the day. However, his footprint in our region would only increase. In 1977, Robertson founded Regent University. The school's model: produce, quote, Christian leadership to change the world. In 1979, CBN relocated to its colonial-style building off I-64 in Virginia Beach. Robertson would host CBN's flagship program for more than 60 years, the 700 Club, often creating controversy for comments such as his view on homosexuality and its link to hurricanes, as well as predictions of the Judgment Day. But his legacy is also seen in tragedies. Robertson founded Operation Blessing, which provides international disaster relief, among other efforts. In 1988, he sought the Republican nomination for president, and while he fell short, spreading the gospel around the world was always Robertson's mission. This morning, at the end of the 700 Club, his son spoke about his final words to his father.
Now we close today's program with a wonderful word from Matthew that I spoke over my father last night. Well done, good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of your Lord. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Pat was 93 years old. For more reaction on Pat's death, let's go now live to Chris Horn from Virginia Beach outside Regent University, the university Pat founded. Chris, good afternoon.
Yeah, Brett, thanks very much. We just talked in the past hour with Mayor Bobby Dyer of Virginia Beach. He has known Pat Robertson for nearly 30 years now, and he told us about what a loss this is, not only for him personally, but for the entire community and especially the city of Virginia Beach. Dyer was enrolled here at Regent as a doctoral student in the late 90s. That's when he met Pat Robertson, who had founded Regent about 20 years earlier. Robertson was also instrumental in organizations beyond the campus, including the American Center for Law and Justice and Operation Blessing. Dyer is now teaching at Regent in the School of Government and says he would often seek advice from Robertson.
We had a very cordial relationship, and he always gave me encouragement, especially during challenging times. But I'll tell you what, what he meant to this city and to so many people, I'm just proud to say I knew the man.
And coming up this afternoon, beginning at 4, we're going to hear more reaction from the people here, the organizations that he founded, as well as some political analysis about the effect Robertson had on the political atmosphere, especially beginning in 1988 when he ran for president and actually did better than the eventual nominee and president, George H.W. Bush, in one of the primaries. Aisha?